It seems like every season is wedding season, whether it's spring, summer, fall, or winter. And if you're the one who's walking down the aisle, or if you're in the bridal party, or if you're just attending as a guest, you might have the absolute perfect dress, and now you're stressing about what shapewear to wear underneath it. In my experience, shapewear can get pretty expensive, and especially when you're not really sure what you need, it can be hard to tell where to spend your money, what brands are trustworthy, and most importantly, is the shapewear going to do what you want it to do? I'm a big fan of Honeylove. I own several of their pieces, from shapewear to bras, and the construction is quality. It is a little on the higher end side, not by much. It's definitely not the most expensive shapewear out there, but it is a little bit of an investment. It is one that is worth it. I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite pieces in this review, namely the Superpower short, which is a high-waisted short. This comes up to about just under my bust. When I wear this, I'm like 5'5". So, this is a really strong support short, but it's the absolute best when you need a lot of compression that's also comfortable. But my favorite piece, and I swear I find excuses to wear this all the time because it's just that comfortable, is the low back bodysuit. This is a cami top, and it's all one piece with built-in shorts. And the shorts hit about mid-thigh, but this is just ridiculously comfortable and so flattering. And on that note, I'm going to show you what they actually look like on, and I'll even wear this under a dress just so you can kind of see how it actually looks. I'll tell you all about what I think, and naturally, because I don't hold back. And I'll also tell you the things that I don't like, because there's not everything is absolutely perfect, and it's not going to necessarily be perfect for you. In my case, Honeylove Shapewear is like the best that I have tried, and I've become a diehard fan of this brand, and hopefully you will too. Right now I'm wearing the Superpower short from Honeylove, and this is a high-waisted shaper short that hits about mid-thigh and goes all the way up to just under the bust. So this is great for underneath, bodices where you want compression everywhere from here to here and even down through your thighs. I'm a little bit bloated today. I couldn't say no to the cheesecake last night, and I don't apologize for that because it was really good. But even aside from that, the compression that I'm getting from these shorts is really high. It's comfortable but supportive, and there is boning on the side that prevents this from ever rolling down. This will not roll down. I don't even think I can make it. If I pull on it, I can make it roll down, but I have to tug. So you can wear these all day long underneath formal wear, through the wedding, reception, even the after party, and into the next day if it's been that kind of a night. And it's not going to go anywhere. It won't roll, it won't shift. You can be out on the dance floor all night and it's going to move with you. And they're comfortable. They can be a little bit difficult to get on, especially in the warmer weather, when your skin is maybe a little sweatier and you're already hot. It's a little bit of a struggle, but they're comfortable, supportive, very, very slimming. And once you've got them on, as long as you master using the double gusset, which is the split open crotch, which I'm not going to demonstrate on camera because this is not that kind of channel. You can use the restroom easily without ever having to remove these shorts, and that's especially important when you're the one in the wedding gown, because you're already going to need help using the restroom as it is. don't make it any harder than it needs to be. So, you know, practice a little bit before the big day. That's my best advice. Practice using the restroom with that double gusset and you'll be good to go. But for all day wear that's incredibly slimming and comfortable and breathable, the high-waisted Superpower short from Honeylove is fantastic. So right now I'm wearing the low back bodysuit from Honeylove. This is a one-piece shaper bodysuit, and it basically gives you everything all in one really nicely shaped package, from the bra to the underwear to the shorts. So you don't actually have to wear anything underneath this if you don't want to. It's got you covered, literally, except in the back, because you can wear dresses, shirts, anything that has a more open or lower cut back without having to worry about having that bra band visible. And even though I wear this under dresses and I'm planning to wear this to a few weddings over the summer, I'll pair this with some of my really cute tops and shorts and even jeans, you know, when I'm just going out, just because I can get away with wearing this instead of a bra that has a band. This is ridiculously comfortable. It's actually, it kind of feels like a second skin. You're supported and compressed, but gently. I would say this is somewhere around like a medium to strong support. This is not as much support as the Superpower short, but for all day wear and even everyday wear, I love this bodysuit. In my case, I technically wear a 38G. Now I could have sized up one size. This is actually an extra large, but I worried if I went up a size to accommodate the cups that runneth over, this would have been too loose. And I'm kind of glad I made that call, at least in my situation. Even though I'm filling these out quite a lot, I took there's like thin molded padding in each cup, and there's a little slit inside that you can just whip the pads right out. You don't need to keep them in if you don't want, and that's made this really comfortable. I think it looks natural and it fits better for me. That way I can at least have the support that I want, and, you know, enough support up here. But overall, I love the way this looks underneath clothing, and I love the fact that there's a mid-thigh short, and it's pretty breathable. You know, even on like warm days, I'm comfortable wearing this. So, you know, it's a great option when you want a full body shaping underneath formal wear or anything else. I'm wearing the low back bodysuit from Honeylove underneath what is one of my favorite spring and summer dresses. I love things that are sort of feminine and flowy, but also fitted across the middle. And the way this bodysuit makes me feel, I feel supported in all the right ways, but I also don't feel like I'm wearing anything underneath my dress. I'm just comfortable. And what's great is the compression and shaping. It's smooth. Granted, this dress doesn't really have a low back, but if it did, you wouldn't see any bra straps because I'm not wearing a bra. But the shorts are comfortable. They prevent thigh rubbing together, you know, and just like, it's just comfortable, easy to move in. Everything stays with you, and it's just flattering underneath clothing. The low back bodysuit is not only my favorite piece from Honeylove, but it's my favorite shapewear, period. So those two pieces are my absolute favorites from Honeylove. The low back bodysuit, honestly, I think I look for excuses to wear this, and if I didn't have to show this on camera right now, I would probably be wearing it. The cami is just, it's full coverage, but the straps are thin, and with the low back, it really does accommodate so many outfits, not just dresses, although it is great for under formal wear, but for day-to-day wear, this is so comfortable, it's breathable. The material is not that thick. You know, as you can see, it's pretty thin, and at least in this light, you can't see them, but I can. There are very fine, almost like polka dots through, especially the bra portion, that allow air to pass through, so it really is more breathable. But for all day, everyday wear, the bodysuit is just incredibly comfortable. That said, there are outfits and dresses where I gotta bring out the big guns, and by that I mean the Superpower short, because it really is Superpower. This is a high compression piece, and I love that it is high-waisted, because when I'm wearing it, the top of the shapewear basically hits right underneath where the band of my bra sits. So it's almost like it turns it into a two-piece bodysuit, if that makes sense. But when you're looking for something that offers the most compression possible under a wedding gown, a formal, or any other type of dress, this is a really strong contender. And what I love about Honeylove is that you have 30 days to process a return or an exchange for free in the United States. So if you get your shapewear, and this is true even if you're getting, multiple pieces, especially when you're trying to figure out what will work under your dress, you can get what you need, try them on at home, send back whatever doesn't work for either a return or an exchange. So, it gives you a little more confidence shopping with them, in that, you're not going to spend, $70 on a shape or short and then be stuck with it and it doesn't work. So as long as you buy from the Honeylove site, one thing that I have discovered is that there are actually knockoffs out there. So when you're shopping at Honeylove, make sure you shop at Honeylove. Go to the website, shop there, and then anything that you purchase will be covered by that return and exchange policy that they have. So both of these pieces have boning. However, I noticed that the boning that's on the Superpower short, which makes sense because it is Superpower, the boning is thicker. I know you can't feel the difference between the two, but I can. It's a lot thicker. It's still very flexible and almost springy, but this boning is a lot heftier than the boning that is in the bodysuit. Like, this is a lot more, it's not flimsy, it's just thinner. And I think it doesn't need to be as strong because this piece has the cami that holds it up, whereas the shorts do not. But that's the one great thing about these shorts, that boning prevents roll down. It absolutely will not roll down. It doesn't matter how long you wear it. It doesn't matter how you move. The way that this is designed, it's impossible. It will not roll. So you can be confident wearing this, especially under a gown with a fitted bodice. It's not going to go anywhere. And beyond the boning, there is also sort of like a silicone, like silicone waves across the whole entire band. So that helps to hold it in place too. You really won't have to worry about these shorts moving around at any point during the day or night. There really aren't many downsides to Honeylove. The construction is fantastic. The fit and the feel is just amazing. The fact that they have that little helpful Quizlet is awesome and so helpful, but it's not absolutely perfect. There are some products, depending on like the type of shapewear that you're looking for, some products are offered in more skin tone shades than others. So that's a consideration if you're wearing this, especially under a wedding gown, or even a lighter colored bridal party gown that's lighter or a little more sheer. my best advice is always to try and get underwear or shapewear that closely matches your skin tone versus your dress. Unless the dress material is very thick, sometimes in certain light or even under camera flashes, if the material, if you're wearing like a white silk, just like a very simple white silk gown on your wedding day, under certain light, you might actually be able to see a white bra or white shapewear underneath it. So, I always advise people to find shapewear or underwear that's as close to your skin tone as possible. It's never going to be a perfect match, but if you can at least get in the ballpark, you're good. That said, not all of the products are carried in that wide of a range for skin tone shades, so that's a consideration. And the only other downside to Honeylove is that it is more of like a mid to high price point depending on what you get. I think the quality is more than worth it, but your budget is a consideration when you're shopping. So one of the things that I advise people, especially when they're shopping for shapewear to wear underneath a wedding gown or wedding formal if you're in the party, it is a good idea to try multiple pieces, and not even necessarily from the same brand. Although I do recommend Honeylove, that would be my first place to look. It's a good idea to try different versions of shapewear to see what actually works best underneath your dress, because you might think you need more compression than you do. You might get something that's very high compression and find that it's too much. Especially, if your wedding gown's bodice is very, very heavy, it's just a consideration. Try multiple pieces, whether they're shorts, bodysuits, combination of shorts and a bra, whatever ends up working for your gown. Try a few different versions. And that's the other benefit too, when you're shopping at Honeylove, they do have the return policy. So if something isn't right, or you want to try multiple pieces, or you want to try the same piece in a couple of different sizes, you can just leave the tags on so you can make the return if you need to. One little piece of advice that I want to offer before you start shopping for shapewear at Honeylove or anywhere, I think it's a good idea to have a trusted friend, someone that you're close to, maybe even your maid of honor. Have them take your measurements. You could measure yourself, but your measurements are going to be more accurate if somebody else is taking them. So as long as you have like your measurements, it'll help you select the size that you need in whatever you're getting. And on that note, speaking of sizes, I do not recommend sizing down. If you find that you're between two sizes of shapewear, the best rule of thumb is to size up versus down. I think it can be a good idea to get a piece of shapewear in a couple of sizes. If you're really not sure, you can try them both, send back the one that doesn't work. But if you intentionally size down, thinking that, this is going to give you a lot more compression and it's going to make you drop 5 sizes, it's not. And it might be really, really uncomfortable all throughout the day. It could make it difficult to breathe. It could make it become difficult to eat and just sort of, enjoy your day. So that's just something to consider. Like I said, you can buy a piece in a couple of sizes if you're not sure, but I would advise against intentionally sizing down, because you want to be able to enjoy your day comfortably. Honeylove as a brand is one that I can't recommend highly enough. I own several of their pieces, more than I actually reviewed in this video, mostly because I wanted to focus on the shapewear specifically. But I have their liftwear cami, I have their crossover bra, I have a couple of their briefs. There are several pieces that are in my daily rotation, and all of them are comfortable. They are constructed beautifully. They're built to last, and each order that I've placed actually came with like a little laundry bag, like a little lingerie net bag, which is super helpful, especially because I have an agitator in my washing machine. I live in a rental. I don't love that part, but you know, at least with the bag in hand, it keeps all of my under things really nicely taken care of. But everything about Honeylove's designs, they put a lot of thought into their shapewear, and it's designed to be comfortable, supportive, never too constrictive. It's just very high quality stuff. And yeah, it's, if you're looking for shapewear for your wedding day or any other day for that matter, I really recommend checking them out.